Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Thanks for stopping by tonight and hanging out with us. Tonight we're going to take a look at a super cool truck that came in not too long ago. That's going to make somebody a great builder, make a great looking patina truck. What we've got here is a 54 Ford F350. Obviously being a 1-ton, it was a bigger truck, but this thing has a great look to it. Just the way it's sat and weathered for years. Typical dings and dents from years of use, but a pretty solid old truck. Definitely got a great look to it. Even got a grain chute in the tailgate. So this old truck definitely paid its dues. Look at the back bumper on this thing. It was a beast. This was a big old heavy duty truck that definitely put its years in and did the job. That's what makes these trucks cool today. A lot of people today, you know, they like the shiny, nice, restored stuff, but these trucks back in the day, they were workhorses. They weren't fancy. They didn't have a lot of accessories on them. You didn't have Bluetooth and nav. They were for one thing, and that was to work, and that's what they were for. This old truck has a big grill guard on the front. And it even has a tow bar on it, and that little stuff looks custom made so they could tow this thing to the field and then drive it home. Usually that's what those are for. They could tow it behind the tractor, and when they got done for the day, they had the truck with them to drive home. But this old truck really has weathered pretty well. Other than some dings and dents, it's not in bad shape. I mean, it's a 54, it's 65 years old. You're gonna expect a little bit of use. But overall, especially for a heavy-duty pickup that was meant to be used and abused, it's not in too bad a shape. I don't know what this big bar on the back was for, but it had a big old beast of a rack there. Had a little toolbox made into the bed of it. Super cool truck. Great patina and just good looking. I think it was originally a red truck. Let's take a look inside of this one. There we can see some of the original red paint. But pretty basic. This thing did have one really neat option that a lot of these trucks didn't have. It has a factory radio in it. And that's it. That was the factory radio in these old 50s Fords. It was a round knob, and your speaker was up on top. So that was the factory radio. Kind of a neat accessory, very seldom seen in these trucks, especially in a big 1-ton that was just strictly designed to be a work truck. One good thing about this truck is it is solid. Not really hardly any rust out in this old truck. Cab looks great. Floors look great. A couple blocks of wood and some more rags even still laying in it back from when they used her. Let's see if we can get the hood up. Take a look at what we got under here. Well, maybe. There we go. Still got the old Y-block V8 in it. And other than missing the radiator, she's pretty much intact. Neat looking old truck. Definitely would make a cool patina type build, especially if you want to leave the grill guard and stuff on it. Or, you know, it would, you know, obviously got some really good sheet metal on it with very minimal rust for somebody that was building one. But cool old truck. Neat to see these, especially the way they were modified back in the day to be used, because that's what they were. They were utilitarian. They weren't pretty. They weren't designed to be pretty and comfortable. They were designed to work. So when you look at a truck like this and you see the modifications, you see what they changed on them to make them do the job, and that's what's cool about them. They tell their own story, and they talk and they teach history because they did what they had to do, and they set them up and modified them to do what they had to do. So it's always cool to see one like this. Glad you were here. Glad you took a few minutes out of your evening to stop by and hang out with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Anything else you want to see, post it up in the comments. We'll try to get some more squeezed in here. We got lots of cool stuff around here to look at. So, always appreciate you stopping by, and hope you enjoyed the old Ford tonight. We will see you next time.